What up? What up? We live, baby. You know what it is. Uh, as usual, we have to go through the motions of the 2 minutes, and I am currently finding the things that I need to say. You know my deal. Uh, well, while I'm doing that, you know, Lindsay's in the building. Shout out to Lindsay. The be all, you know what I'm saying? See all this whole thing. And again, this is the Ish We Talk, and I'm just wasting my 2 minutes. I thought I had it pulled up. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. And what happened was I didn't. You know, as simple as that. So
Right.
I'm looking like, oh, okay, where my screenshots at? Because I know I got it on my screenshots. And I'm looking, and I don't think I have it on my screenshots,
Well,
which is a bummer. But what's going on, Lindsay? How's your health? How's your wealth? What is popping?
well, I'm okay. How are you?
I can't complain. Living my life like it's golden. I guess getting through my days, setting some goals, setting some regulations. It's been a crazy couple months. Uh, uh, Messed my knee up. I was about to say the F word, but messed my knee up, so I couldn't really work out and do a lot of things. So I'm trying to set goals to get a lot of things back in motion, get my body regulated, all that. But other than that, just living like I'm supposed to. But
That's
you know,
good. That's good.
how you doing?
I'm doing well. You know, just basically living the best that I can. In these trying times.
Okay, all right. I like how you word that. I like how you word that.
I've been really bad, but
I feel you.
you know,
Everybody got to do their thing. But the 2 minutes is over. So, what's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to the Instant We Talk. My people, my queens, my kings, my princes, my princesses, my, if you don't want to do none of that, my, them, days, she's, he's, and what will be. What's the motherfucking deal? Like I said, this is the Ish We Talk. I am Lee, Moon Pie's dad, the cool and Jay smoking, beer toting, bad motherfucker in the area. And again, I'm with the do all be all. The without her, this it would not be this, Lindsay. So, welcome Lindsay again to this piece.
hello.
And our rookie of the year is not here right now. She got 2711 kids, and she had to do some Easter shit because it's about that time, Passovers and whatnots. I'm not too keen on holidays, so I don't know what the fuck going on. I was raised Jehovah's Witness, so I don't know what's going on, but I know it's for the kids, but it's like Jesus resurrection or something.
How about I was raised Christian and totally forgot it was Easter week.
All right, so I'm not the only one that feels bad that way. So I get it. I get it. Now I
But
don't feel so bad.
no, don't feel bad at all.
When
I
you said that earlier, I was like, damn, it is Easter. And I was like, why do I know that? I'm like, shit, of course you don't know that shit, nigga.
yeah, I'm the heathen out the bunch. That's me.
And it's Saturday shit. Saturday when I was a kid, you smell bleach in our house because my mama made us clean up. She would encourage us to have company over Friday and have them spend the night so they can help us clean the fuck up so we get this shit done fast.
Dang,
You want to go play? You want to go to the mall? Oh, y'all need to wipe these motherfucking walls down.
dang, the finesse of it all. That is hilarious.
Oh yeah, she was a boss. Shout out to Miss Yvette, man. Real boss out here, like real legit boss though. Ran a daycare for 25 years. Real
Right,
boss.
right. That's what's up. Yeah. That is funny.
Yeah. Finesse the shit out of us.
Dang. And y'all gonna wipe them walls. That's just what it
Oh
is.
yeah.
Like,
Anybody spend the night over here knew they was cleaning up on Saturday. That was mandatory. Unless my mama went out of town.
yeah.
But if my mama went out of town, everybody knew Sunday we gonna make you clean the fuck up. Cause what we not gonna do is get cussed out.
Right. Right. Or get in trouble or anything like that. Yeah. That's funny.
So yeah, I never forget one time my mama came from Arkansas and we had cleaned up. She was about to argue because we was barbecuing in the back when she pulled up. We was barbecuing chicken, so she was like, "Y'all feeding the whole world with my motherfucking food." But when she walked in the house smelled like bleach, so she wasn't mad no more.
Right.
She wasn't mad no more. She allowed us to have our little barbecue out there.
Right. At least y'all did what y'all had to do first.
Exactly.
Yeah. Excuse me. Can't be mad at all. Yeah. So I guess we can go on ahead and get into these topics. Yeah.
Let's do it.
First up, Cam Newton.
Yeah.
So the last time I checked for Cam Newton, he was quarterback of the Carolina Panthers. I know that's changed since now.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Put some respect on my man's name.
I don't follow football. Like, okay, so who does he play for now?
He's currently not playing for a team. He was with New England, and then they cut him. So he's not playing for anybody right now, but he's making a lot of business moves. So I don't really think he's focused on football like that.
Okay, so he's for the most part done. He's not gonna free agent it or anything like that.
I can't say. Like, I'm not even gonna say that because niggas can say they done, and then next year he been suited up somewhere.
Okay. So
right now I know he focused on a lot of shit. He just opened up a couple of businesses. I know he got that restaurant in Atlanta that supposedly popping like a motherfucker.
Okay. So when was the last time you played?
Year before last.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, I don't follow football. Sorry.
Yeah.
But it did roll over into entertainment because he did a show where he made some comments, and some people were low-key offended by his comments. So apparently, I don't know exactly what they were talking about because I just saw the clip, but he said something about growing up in a 3-parent household, which was his parents and a grandparent. And so they pretty much set the example of how a woman is supposed to act in a relationship for him. He said, so he know the difference between a woman and a bad bitch. The person was like, so what's a bad bitch? And that's somebody that pretty much don't want to listen, don't want to let the man lead, don't know when to shut up. And some people were offended by that. Especially because he put such a high pedestal on this 3-parent household that he was brought up in, and he had 7 kids and not with none of the baby moms. So, yeah. So, in regards to his comments, what are your thoughts?
Well, I actually seen the interview, and he did talk about the 3-parent household that he grew up in, and how he does try to model what he's seen. I do want to correct when they try to ask him what a bad bitch is. What he said is, you talk a lot of game, but you're not really about that. See, because what he said was, a motherfucker could say she a bad bitch because she got the latest this or the latest that, but she not making no moves to maintain it. That's not, know what I'm saying? That's not a woman. See, a woman does that. So I get what he was saying. But at the same time, I understand how some people got offended because, you can read into what he said. I didn't read into a negative, but again, I'm a guy, so sometimes when I have to be enlightened, you know what I'm saying, by women on how they feel about what dude said. But I do want to correct that, he did try to explain himself, and he did try to explain what he felt what a woman was and what a bitch is. So he wasn't because in that same interview, he was bigging up good women in his life that he knew and queens in his life that he knew. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't. He wasn't like setting the stigma of, you know, you got to do this and you got to do this and you got to be that. That ain't what he was doing. He was just trying to explain what he felt a woman and a bitch was, and or a bad bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And he said sometimes, you know, their actions don't accumulate to what it actually is to be a bad or a boss bitch.
Okay.
So
So
but
do you,
like I said, I get people getting offended, but at the same time, like sometimes you can't really dissect
mm-hmm.
um what a man's thinking unless you talk to that man directly, because you have to get an understanding of what he's saying first. Like us hearing it and we can have our opinions and say that because we do it all the time. But at the same time, you like, unless a nigga on some fuck what these bitches talk about, you gotta know what I'm saying. You gotta really be like, hold on, let me have a sit down with him first if you have a problem with it, especially if you got some power and you're a woman. Go have a conversation with him.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you feel like he was on point with what he was saying?
On the aspect of some of these so-called boss bitches don't really be boss bitches. Yeah, I completely get it. Cause like you said, some of these niggas be fake too. Some of these niggas do the same shit. And so that's the truth. A lot of these motherfuckers be faking and they don't be making it. You know the whole story about fake it till you make it? Some of these niggas just fake it. They don't even try to make it.
Okay.
And some of these boss bitches do too. So I totally get what he was saying. You know, a lot of y'all don't you know, y'all took the women took the word bitch and made it a staple, like, you know, made it something that you can look up to for women. Because when they call each other a boss bitch, it means something. But at the same time, if you calling yourself a boss bitch and you living off of this or you living off that, like you can't call yourself a boss bitch if you on Section 8 and you only getting child support. You ain't got no entrepreneurship in you. You ain't even trying to work. You ain't trying to go to school. You're not a boss bitch, but motherfuckers call themselves boss bitches because they're getting taken care of. That's not the definition of what a boss is.
Yeah.
So if you want to call yourself a boss bitch, you're definitely false.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't agree with that being a boss bitch. So I
And
can,
that's basically what he was saying. He was that was what he was saying. A lot of them are not who they pretend to be.
I just feel like it's the whole hypocrisy of it all because you're putting so much weight on this whole you coming from a three-parent household and all this kind of stuff and that was the example, but you're not living your life that way. So that's that for me is where I'm like, okay, like that you're not like why are we even talking about this? Because that's not what you're living by.
I
So
mean, Kim's not perfect though. None of us is perfect. He can
nobody,
say what an ideal woman is for him. He just ain't met that ideal woman.
but she was ideal enough to have kids by. Because from what I understand, he had 4 kids with one woman, and then he cheated on that woman and had another kid. I don't know where the other 2 come from, but that's where the 5 come from. Because from what I understand, one of them was somebody else's kid that he taken on, and then the 7th kid I don't know about. But from what I understand, he was with a woman he had 4 kids with, and then he cheated on her and had another kid. So those are his 5 biological. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I understand. So, why is it okay that you was with a woman, playing house with a woman, shacking up with a woman, having kids with a woman, but she wasn't good enough to marry? Like, I where like where's the where did you follow the example that you're talking about?
Well, some people marriage just ain't in the cards for them. Like,
But you're putting so much weight on this household that you grew up in, but you didn't even try.
but we don't know that. Like, who's to say that? Like, maybe what know what I'm saying. What really happened is, and this is just a scenario of maybe it got to a situation where Maybe she wanted to get married and he didn't, or vice versa. He wanted to get married, she didn't, and they just had an amicable split after that.
But that's fine. But you have kids. You keep continually having kids with this woman. Like I'll even give you enough, enough leeway. Excuse me, if you have one or maybe two kids before, and that you never thought about making this official, quote unquote, or anything like that. But you're putting weight on the household that you grew up in. So I can see you being like, okay, I grew up in this household, but this ain't for me.
I mean, but maybe that's what he aspires to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? We looking at a young man for real.
But you ain't gonna continually keep making, I wouldn't say mistake, but keep veering off to something different if this is what you wanted. Like, why would you keep continually doing something different if you're telling everybody this is what you wanted?
I mean, because crackheads wake up every other day and say they done smoking crack and then go buy one another day. I'm just know what I'm saying. I'm saying you can have a mindset of what you want to do, but you still stuck in your old ways.
There's some crackheads that like being crackheads. Like,
yeah, it is, and it's some that don't. You know what I'm saying? There's some niggas that like living like Kim. Maybe Kim don't like living like Kim, and maybe this is what he aspires for. But right now he's just living this type of life. Everybody goes through that.
Everybody does go through that, but I just can't see someone continually doing that. Like I said, one or two kids, okay. 4, and then you cheat and have another one on the side. Like, you're not following the example that you told us that was in your face, that you grew up in.
Martin Luther King told everybody to march for freedom, and he put up a light about, and everybody thought he was a certain way, and then come to find out that nigga had holes in different area codes.
He didn't march for like a single parent household or being celibate
but what I'm saying is
march for equality. White people have side chicks, so he wanted the same thing. I don't know.
What I'm saying is
marching for.
What I'm saying is everybody got flaws, and just because his flaw is he has kids by multiple women doesn't mean that what he said doesn't have merit. Because what he said definitely has merit.
I'm not saying that what he's saying doesn't have merit. I'm just saying he sounds like a hypocrite.
I get it, and a lot of people can say that. But I mean, I just peeped the message of what he was trying to say. Like, Jim Brown talks that that strong family shit and keeping a woman held as a queen and all that, and then rewind back to his past, he used to beat the shit out of his wife.
And that's
maybe it's something he's aspiring to. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, that's a hypocrite. Like, Jim Brown would be a hypocrite in that example as well. I mean, Jim Brown has done some questionable things in recent times. So, because we're still questioning why he went and sat with Trump. So,
the same reason why Cube did.
Why who did?
Why Cube did.
Who is Cube?
Ice Cube.
Oh. I forgot he did it.
Yeah, the same reason why Cube did. Because it's a president. If you can make a move now for us, then make the motherfucking move, my nigga.
Yeah.
If you can't, then let me talk to somebody that can.
Yeah.
That's it.
But when Jim Brown went and said, what was he saying? Like, from what we saw, he didn't say shit. Kanye spoke. Trump barely said shit. So,
but ain't nobody even tried to interview Jim Brown about what he could have said on and off camera.
But he don't even look like he really talks anymore. Period. So,
anyway,
yeah.
Yeah. See, That was see how that 7 degrees went, people? Like we went from Cam Newton all the way to Jim Brown, who are both, you know, Kim's a future Hall of Famer. Jim Brown is a Hall of Famer. So that shit went full circle.
Yeah. I mean, we're not taking nothing away from Jim Brown. We're questioning it like people question Cube, you know. So, I mean, I understood once it was explained, and it made sense once it was explained.
Yeah.
But we still don't know what. Hell, we don't even know if Jim Brown talked. So, I think he was just
maybe he wrote something down and like slid it to his people, and his people like slid some other shit back, and then he just like slid back. No, and he went about his business.
That cold. He's that cold. He don't talk.
He could be. We never know. It's so many people in this motherfucking business that are really the doers and to make shit happen shits that don't say a word.
Right. I get it. But I don't know. But I mean, going back to the original topic, the whole Cam Newton thing. I mean, he comes off as a hypocrite, but I mean, I'm not saying that that people should be perfect, because I get it. People are not perfect. Me, I'm the first in line of the people that's not perfect, but it just comes off as very hypocritical, because it just doesn't look like the optics of it all. It just doesn't look like he even tried to be anything like his example, but you're putting this weight on your example. So
I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
But like I said, I understood the message he was trying to say. You know, it might have came from the wrong person. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
You know, it could have came from the wrong person, but that message has merit. Like, you can't be that type of person. Like, we all seen what happens to a nigga like that. You get thrown off in the wasteland. Your kids don't respect you. Your mama don't love you. Your baby daddy hates you. Like, yeah, I get it. Like I said, might have came from the wrong person. You right, have respected that more if Shaq would have made a statement like that.
Okay.
Shaq got one baby mama. He did structure with.
No, Shaq don't have one baby mama.
I thought he only had one baby. No, he don't. I take that lie back. He got two.
Yeah, and one of them was
a lot back.
So, yeah.
But you know, at the same time, you know, 2 was your limit. Like Tank, three dick sucks. You know, he had 2 baby mamas, so he still got married, and he take care of them. All of them got a business plan with him.
Yeah.
So on his side, he actually winning because like everybody's winning in his family.
Right. You fuck with Shaq, you gonna be good.
Yeah. He ain't just gonna throw you money. He gonna teach you how to make money.
Right. He's gonna teach you how to fish instead of feeding you.
Mm-hmm.
So can't be mad at that. So that was Cam Newton.
That was Cam. It went, I don't know why we ended it with Shaq, but that was Cam.
That was Cam. So yeah, next up is Maino. So I'm sure a lot of people don't know who Maino is.
Don't do Maino like that, man. Don't disrespect Maino.
I mean, it's facts. It's no disrespect. It's facts. So Maino is
East Coast Underground hard.
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that. He's okay.
Yeah, Maino is a rapper who started rapping when he was in jail. And he came out like in the late 2000s. And he had a song that caught a little bit of traction with T-Pain. It's called All the Above. It was alright. But he had a season on Love and Hip Hop New York. He also has a podcast called Kitchen Talk that actually just got picked up by Fox Soul. So, just got picked up by Fox Soul. So, He was on another podcast, Angela Yee's Lip Service. And on this episode, he decided that it was appropriate to tell us about a fantasy that he has that has never been acted out, but a fantasy that he has. Well, lip service, the basis of this podcast is talking about sex or whatever. So they ask the risque questions or whatnot. But Maino decided to say that he has a fantasy about being a runaway slave and having a white woman um, be in the fantasy with him and be like the master's wife. Yeah. And they're like, having this forbidden affair. Then he also said that I guess he wanted to be whipped or something like that, and he wanted to be called the N-word. Some bullshit. And he said that the white women that he has ran across have declined to be a part of this fantasy. So good for them. But of course, people thought that he was fucking nuts. Even if you have like a weird ass fantasy like that, don't get on nobody's podcast talking about no shit like that. Like that's never gonna go over well. Then of course, the internet took it and ran with it. Then he decides to do a video with Jim Jones, who also had an issue with something he said on Angela Yee's podcast a while ago. But they did a video and he was just like, niggas can't take a joke. Niggas can't take a joke. Like, motherfucker, he was not joking. Just like how Jim Jones wasn't joking when he said what he said on that podcast. So I'm going to need y'all to quit playing with people's intelligence. And then it's twisted. It's very twisted. I don't know why that would be a fantasy. Like, when did slavery become like sexual cosplay? I don't understand. But what are your thoughts about this stupid ass sexual cosplay?
Well, first and foremost, before I begin my rant, I would like to say that me as a man of color, how can I say this without being disrespectful? That was the most coonish ass fuckery I've ever heard on a fucking podcast. Shit, Maino. Dude, we all know who you are. You a guy that, like, you got a little bit of buzz, you know what I'm saying, from rapping, but your main shit is to, you know what I'm saying, say some shit. You know what I'm saying? To be the nigga that, you know what I'm saying, say some weird shit, go, you know what I'm saying, or be a part of a weird situation. Like, this is what's giving you your merit out here now. I definitely don't think it was a joke. I for a fact know it's a niche of this. I don't know when it started. I don't know how it started, but I know it's some weird ass niggas in the world that really like to fuck white bitches and have them bitches call them niggers and all sorts of shit. It is a niche. You can Pornhub this shit. It's titles where motherfuckers be like, took this Confederate bitch home, fucked her and beat up her baby daddy. Like, weird shit.
Why is that sexual?
I have no idea. What I'm saying is, my nigga, you should have never told nobody that shit. Let's get on what you said, which to me just demeans you as a nigga. You said you got this fantasy that, and I quote, "Yeah, I just got whipped by the master, and I sneak into master's house and I mess with the master's wife, and she like, we ain't supposed to do this," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, master ain't here." Like, you in your head, you built this whole scenario that you want to do to these one motherfucking women. And shout out to these white women that looked at this thing and said, "Are you fucking crazy?"
Right.
Are
Right.
you fucking crazy?
They're
Like,
the
those white women really do like black dick, and they're not gonna do nothing to jeopardize they black dick. Like, cause I ain't gonna get no more if this shit come out.
okay.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, are you crazy? You fucking insane. Like, at that moment, ladies, and I don't know who y'all are, ladies, but if y'all ever hear this podcast, y'all had every right to look at him and say, nigga, what? And walk out that motherfucker.
Right. There's no way. There's
Like,
no way.
and then the other scenario was, yeah, I wanted her to like tie me up and whip me and like call me a nigger. Like, why does your dick get hard for that, bro? Like, let's get on some deep-rooted meaning of that. Like, if you want to be dominated, just say you want to be dominated, my nigga. She ain't gotta call you a nigger and whip you. Like, unless you like to get whipped, I know niggas who do that shit. That's cool, but you don't have to take it back to slavery.
Right. Like, leave slavery out of this.
Yeah, like let's just not do it. Let's be like the Germans when motherfuckers talk about Nazis in Germany and they like, we don't even talk about that shit. Like in Cheto, we don't talk about Bruno. If you go to Germany and bring up Nazis, they'll be like, we don't do that. We don't do that, my nigga.
Can you imagine if a Jewish person got on a podcast and said, this is what I want to do as a fantasy, is I want to be escaping Nazi Germany? Like, what? Do you know how many people would come out and protest not only the person that said it, but the whole podcast? Like, the Jewish community does not play around with that shit, whether you trying to be funny or not. But he's still around. I bet you five. His contract with Fox Soul is not in jeopardy.
It's not.
You know,
it's stupid. I mean, it's one of them things where you got to be. I hate to say it like that because, you know, he said it's just a sexual fantasy. These are things you need to keep to yourself.
Yeah.
You don't never supposed. Even if that is your true fantasy, Maino, you should have lied and been like, I just want to have like 5, 6 bitches in the room, you know, one time. You know what I'm saying? They like make up some mediocre rap shit before you get into this deep trauma that you've been through because you done been to prison and you done did all this shit. So all that's deep rooted somewhere, my nigga. You got a fantasy about being caged.
Yeah.
And escaping a cage. At the same time, you still got to know that that's morbid as fuck, my dude. I don't give a fuck how y'all look at it. You motherfuckers can say it's a joke and all that. But that joke, it triggered a lot of people. It didn't trigger me, but I was just like, damn, that's some coon-ass fantasy. I ain't saying Maino a coon, but that's a coon-ass fantasy.
Yeah. It didn't trigger me. Because I've never been a slave, so it wouldn't trigger me in that manner. But I already like Maino is just somebody just off to the side, like whatever. But now you really looking at him with the side eye, like, nigga, what? And then the way that it came out, like, he wanted to say it so bad. But he tried to play that role like, oh, I don't know if I should say it. And you know,
I shouldn't say this. I know you knew what the fuck was gonna happen.
Exactly. Like when you do that, you just want somebody to be like, no. And we fall for the bait every time because now we want to know how fucked up your thoughts really are. You know? But
Maino wanted to know if he had real fans or not, because trust me, if Maino had like a real backing behind him, it'd have been motherfuckers like, hell yeah, boy, I love that type shit. Maino, you ain't got nobody that's gonna back you on that.
With that, I don't think the ones with the diehards will be like, I don't think a Jay-Z could say some shit like that and motherfuckers would be like, yeah, I thought about that once or twice. That's a bit too far.
Well, Jay-Z ain't never gonna say nothing like that. I'm just saying, Maino thought he had a little bit more of a buzz than he, you know what I'm saying, than he do. Cause like, I can guarantee you, on some weird shit, if Joe Budden would have said some dumb shit like that, it's a bunch of niggas that would have ride on that because they ride on a lot of idiotic shit that niggas say anyway. Like, Maino, you ain't got that many fans though.
No, especially not outside of the tri-state. Like, fuck about Maino. Maino couldn't sell out a show here. Like not even trying to be funny, just being real.
Shout out to Maino. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I would gladly pay for a Red Cafe concert than I would a Maino's. And if y'all don't know who Red Cafe is, my nigga, look them up. But they came out around the same time.
Mm. So you want to let's just go on ahead and make a left. You want to talk about a concert?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm a little in my feelings about this.
Okay.
So we were supposed to have a concert happen on April 29th.
Mm-hmm.
It was initially called Legends Never Die. It was supposed to be Bone Thugs and 3-6 Mafia and the No Limit Soldiers. Then 3-6 Mafia backed out. They're going to a festival. So it was going to be Master P's birthday bash. How about I got an email yesterday saying that it's canceled. I am so mad. So mad. So mad.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so I'm in my feelings. So yeah. So my month is fucked up. I feel really bad. So I tried to figure out what was going on. I got in a couple of groups, posted the shit, and was just asking what happened. From what I understand, there's two reasons. One of them is low ticket sales, because I guess people are like buying tickets at the very last minute and they don't want to take that risk. So you have to sell a certain amount a couple of weeks before the event. And if you don't hit that number, then they cancel it altogether. Mm-hmm. Another one is there was an R&B fest that happened a couple of weeks ago that got horrible reviews. And it was mainly issues that should have been non-issues that the promoters are supposed to handle. So they were saying that if it was the same promoter, because of the horrible reviews, they probably just backed out of this. Like the performers probably heard about what happened and they backed out because it was at the same venue. So, but yeah, at the R&B fest, like I saw a couple of people on my news feed on Facebook, taking pictures, getting ready for it. But then I saw nothing about the concert, during the concert, or after. I just saw people like getting ready. So then in a group that I'm in, they posted a whole bunch of people's comments about how horrible it was. And they were detailed and they all like matched. So yeah. So I feel some type of way about that because like we've been knowing about this concert since January. So now
that's for all the promoters that can hear a snippet of this podcast or listen to this podcast. You got to stop trying to undercut prices. I don't know what happened, but I know from what I heard about the R&B fest, the sound was terrible, and like. You can say that you can easily rectify that with a couple extra grand. Like stop opting out for, you know what I'm saying, the cheapest approach to get somebody here. In the mortal words of my nigga Bum B, he said, if you want UGK down there, but you plotting between a $500 sound system and a $1,000 sound system, just don't invite us. Because you know what I'm saying? Because if you want us to be quality, you already know what the fuck to pay for.
Right. And that makes sense. Yeah, I was at the same venue at the beginning of March for a blues concert, and the sound was perfect. The sound was freaking perfect. Matter of fact, I saw your sister down here. So, Yeah, so it does definitely fall on the promoters because the promoters are supposed to get the people together as far as who they hire to do the sound and all that kind of stuff. Then on top of that, from what I understood, they had horrible sound. They didn't have security. They didn't have ushers. There was stupid long lines for the liquor and the food. Um, they weren't ready when they finally opened the doors. They weren't ready. They had a whole bunch of opening acts that were whack. They were waiting in between people, and then the sound was terrible. They was waiting like a long time in between people. Like the doors opened at like 6, but they let out at like 12 something.
Mm.
Yeah. So and then I think they said that Ja Rule walked off the stage because the sound was so terrible. So yeah. If it was the same promoters, then I understand why people was like, man, fuck them.
Yeah.
So that's the part that sucks.
It's
But
just a couple $100, man, for that sound shit. I ain't gonna say I know the full price of it, but when you know you doing a concert, like it's a difference when you know what I'm saying when you starting off and you doing a concert for like Boulevard Nights or damn what's the little spot on Westport whatever. All these the little venues. There's a difference. When you start doing something real like in a big venue, man, that sound got to be right. You cannot have no type of muffles or nothing. I done been to concerts where motherfuckers have threw the mic because they sound terrible,
mm-hmm.
and they apologize to the crowd.
Right.
Like so, I know like man, just pay a little extra because not only are you pissing off the artist, now the audience don't want to fuck with you no more.
Right. And that's the thing because it falls back no matter what's going on, it 9 times out of 10 falls back on the artist. And the artist can have nothing to do with what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It can be everything but the artist. Like the artist came to do a job and they was more than capable to do the job, but everything around them to do the job fucked up. You know, so I totally get it. It just sucks.
Yeah.
It just really sucks.
Swerve that back onto the topic now.
Yeah.
Get your get your sound right, promoters. Get your spend a little extra on ushers, and it don't cost a lot to get security. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
Not when you're doing it on a big scale like that. The more you buy, man, it's not that much.
Right. Right. And you know they was charging, so yeah.
And then you can get police to do it.
Right.
Like
That's
that's the thing. You can get police to do it because they make more that way. Some police officers have contracts like that.
right.
But they'll do it here, and they charge this much.
Right. Because you can get a handful of off-duty police officers and no security, and people gonna act right just on the strength that police are there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because they know they can call their niggas.
Right.
That's just like if you got a bunch of Crips down there in the Crip neighborhood, you might want to be on your best behavior because they can call the fucking neighborhood, my nigga.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So really sucks, but what can we do at this point? I
Shout
just
out
got.
to the promoter though, man. Look, you out. Everybody fail one. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a moment of failure. You just got to snap. You know what I'm saying? Next time you do something, you got to make it right. That's it. That's all. Shout
Yeah.
out to you for being a Kansas City promoter and getting uh you know headliners down here. Like we can talk that bullshit about who was on the R&B fest, but ain't no regular smoke just calling up Ja Rule to come down here, my nigga. So that has merit in itself.
Yeah. True. And then he still was going off of the momentum from the verses. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I get it.
You should have had your shit right. I would have been. I ain't gonna lie. One of my goals is to meet niggas that I like growing up. Ja Rule one up,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna be like a kid in the candy store. I ain't gonna like touch him or nothing, but I'm gonna ask him like, bro, can I take a picture? Cause like I need this for my wall for the rest of my life. I don't give a fuck if Who don't like you? My froggy ass voice, you saved my life. You know, nigga, you saved my life.
Right. He's going around every thug.
Motherfuckers thought I was sick all day until DMX and Ja Rule came out and they like, damn, niggas really talk like that. And I'm like, yes, I am here.
Feel me, love me. Right?
Yeah, bitch, I'm me. I ain't never tried to sound like them niggas. This is how my voice is.
Right. Every dog need a lady.
Yeah. That was it. Been you and I. Tear for a tear and the eye for an eye. Nigga.
Oh, that's funny. So yeah. Maino, go to therapy. Work that shit out.
Yeah, figure that out, bro. Like
that ain't
nobody can condone that. And it's funny he got on there with like Jim Jones because like that's not saving your grace. Like saying it was a joke in front of a nigga Jim Jones. And both of y'all have said the wrong thing on this show.
On the exact same show. That's what makes it so bad. Like Angela Yee be bringing out the bullshit in people. Like she really do, because you know she was the one that was interviewing August Alsina, so you know she popped off the gangster shit. Like y'all fall for that shit every time. And shout out to Angela Yee because she is an awesome interviewer because she be getting that shit cracking. So,
damn, I forgot who it was. It's some nigga that don't like her. He called her Angela. Angela something like Angela Yeast or Angela Skeet. I forgot. It was a couple years ago though. They was trying to call her a whore for having lip service. And I'm like, because all that bitch talk about is that nasty shit. I was like, damn, niggas is.
Well, that's the point.
What the fuck? Like, let that bitch breathe.
Right. Like certain podcasts have a specific niche, and that's that one, you know. And she's trying to normalize being okay and talking about your sexuality, especially coming from a woman's standpoint. Like, it ain't nothing that I necessarily would listen to on a weekly basis, but I'm not gonna hate on the lady, you know.
Yeah, and that's me. I'm like, this is nothing that I like will subscribe to or something that I need, but I'm just me.
Yeah.
There's somebody in the world that needs that.
Right. It's entertainment for them, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like you have your certain podcasts that have the purpose for certain things, and that's fine. But you ain't gotta hate on the lady for having that.
Yeah, I gotta remember what he said. He was like Angela Skeet or Angela Yee. Like he was like really like digging into her, and I was like, damn, like he must have tried to get some pussy. Like I be thinking like if you like semi-famous in the same circles and you start talking bad about them, if you a dude, and I hate to say that because I'm a dude, but it just sounds like you tried to get some pussy and she turned you down.
That's definitely what it sounds like. Definitely what it sounds like.
It's not even, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not even worth it. Like it's so much money in, you know what I'm saying, in this game. You know what I'm saying? You could be rich and never have to mention Angela a day in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can be broke and never have to mention Angela a day in your life because she's fucking rich.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it just move on. Like you doing that and it goes nowhere. Because like now I don't even remember who fucking said it. I remember what was said, but I don't even remember your name.
Right. And then you're talking about Angela Yee.
And it's no shout out. It's no diss to you. Shout out to whoever you is. I'm just forgetting your name at the time. But I do know the statement you made. And that was a hater ass statement. Like nobody knows what this lady do. This lady could be at home every day by herself, celibate, thinking about reading books. Like, not even sex don't even fathom her mind until she clock in.
Right.
Leave it alone. Shit. We all bigged up Dr. Ruth, but don't nobody want to big up Angela Yee.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah, Dr. Ruth was 1,000 years old, and you still listen to that bitch talk about sucking dick.
Yeah.
But you got a problem with Angela Yee?
Right. And she got very explicit.
Yeah.
She used a lot of big words in Latin terms, but
and Angela Yee still fuckable. Dr. Ruth wasn't fuckable at the time. Dry as his hair.
Speaking of Dr. Ruth, is she still with us?
I have no idea, but that bitch was so old she got spit on her pussy to piss.
Oh wow, that's tough.
That's old.
That's very old. You're right. Let's see, Dr. Ruth. She's German. Okay. She is 93 years old.
93.
Yeah. Huh.
And can tell you how to suck dick better than the nastiest hoe you ever met in your life.
Yeah. Probably nastier than the lady that taught the grapefruit technique.
Oh, she probably way nastier than her.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure.
She German. She done been on some whole uh submissive shit. You know, they made that shit popular.
Lord. Okay. All right. We're gonna get off Dr. Ruth. We're gonna get off of her.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, she's doing the Lord's work. Bless her soul.
One nut at a time.
Whew, okay, so yeah, Maino, get help. Next up,
talk to Dr. Ruth, my nigga.
Right, she'll help you work that shit out. So next up is this Tobi Obumseli situation.
Yeah.
Basically what the situation is that this young man was dating this white woman, which it'll be relevant in a second. He was a black man dating a white woman, and he was murdered by her a few days ago. And so there's pictures of her in their condo, of her covered in blood. She doesn't look like she was beat up or anything like that. She just looks like she's covered in blood. The police took her down to the precinct. Oh, she stabbed him, so that's why it was so bloody. But she was taken to the precinct. I think she was on a mental hold at one point, but they ended up releasing her.
Before we say any further, she was allegedly on a mental hold because
allegedly, okay.
while she was supposedly on this mental hold, they got footage of her at a hotel with her daddy.
Oh, that was after she was released.
That was after she got released?
Yeah, that was after.
Because I know the footage I seen, the lady was like, ain't you supposed to be on a mental hold? Like, why are you? You seem like you're having a good ass time to me.
Right. Yeah, that was after she was released.
Okay. My bad.
So she was allegedly on this hold, but they took her to the precinct. Then she was there for probably like 48 hours, maybe less. She was released. They were trying to say that it was self-defense. And then, of course, word got out that this situation happened. She's kind of popular because she is a OnlyFans model, quote unquote model. And so she was spotted at a bar in a hotel, I think, and they recorded confronting her, saying, "Hey, you look fine. You're not going crazy. What are you doing here? You just killed your boyfriend. Why are you here?" And so she ended up leaving, of course. But since this incident happened, their friends came out because they were trying to paint him as this woman beater. And so their friends came out and was like, he has never done anything of the sort to her. Why are y'all saying this? There's no way that he was a woman beater. Of course, there is someone that went through his tweets and found some tweets where apparently he was in high school at the time, but they were his tweets nonetheless, his thoughts. You pretty much know how you're thinking in high school, so who cares about if you're in high school or not? Especially when it comes to this. He had a whole lot of disparaging things to say about Black women, about us degrading ourselves and how somebody thought that he dated black women, and how I think he said something about like white boobs look better than black boobs. Or he said it's a whole lot of tweets that were negative against black women, which if your type, if your preference is white women, fine. However, you ain't gotta downplay somebody else to big up your type. That's a problem. So because of this, and we all know the people that be on the front lines protesting are black women. That's a known fact. However, because of these degrading tweets against black women, the general consensus when I went to the meeting is that black women, we're not gonna we're not gonna protest this one. We're gonna sit this one out. We're gonna let the white girls that he loves so much protest. So his family came out and was like, black people, we really need your help. This is not right. Can we just ignore the fact that he put out these tweets, and can we get y'all to help? Me personally, I'm gonna sit this one out. So, Lily, what are your thoughts?
Huh. Okay. Let me prepare myself. Because I don't know what type of backlash I'm going to get for saying this.
Okay.
But I'm going to say it anyway.
Because that's what we do, you know.
Yeah. First and foremost, to the family of Christian, because his name is Christian. His first name is Christian.
Yeah,
Christian. The family.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, we should stand up to this because this is a murder case that is being totally like what's the word? Bamboozled. This is a murder case that's being bamboozled. So yeah, we should stand up for this. At the same time, the family of Christian and the friends and everybody that says that we have to overlook what he said, I'm gonna have to humbly disagree with you because, you know, when the fuck has it been a situation where black women, and again, this is just my opinion, when has it been a situation where black women have been in a ordeal where someone who downplayed them stuck up for them? When have it ever? It don't matter if it was years ago, last year, last month, last week, and in the past hour. When has it ever been a situation where a black woman gets murdered and a motherfucker that tweeted about how bad black women was protested for that black woman? It's never been. So you shouldn't expect that. That shit that came out, yeah, he was 17. But he was 28 when he got murdered. So he still had that mentality.
Right.
What we need to look at as black people is, are we gonna make it the stigma of the black woman, or are we gonna make it being what it is, unjust murder? So like, let's not do that. And because because if we all look at it as an unjust murder, yeah, you can protest and you can make the moves you want to move, and that still doesn't have to include the black women that he tried to talk about. That's just my opinion. I think, yeah, people should rally for him. I think we should really talk about that. She really needs to go to jail. Well, I can't say jail, but she really needs to get charged for murder and let that play out the way it is. Do I think every black woman should jump up for Christian? Fuck no. Because he didn't jump up for you. It shows. Like, you know, it's funny how sometimes you it's like the old sayings we grew up with, where it was the spider that wanted to cross the river, and he jumped on the motherfucking turtle's back, or the rabbits, but whatever it was, and the motherfucker took him across the river and then bit him, and he was like, "Why would you do that? That's my fucking nature." You did this to yourself, bro. I hate to say it like that because God bless the dead. Mm-hmm. But you did that. You put them in high regards, and those people stabbed you in the back. And I can't say that this ain't something that's new, because it's not. I watched my uncle love the shit out of white lady, watch that lady cheat on him, and then watch that lady take everything from him. That nigga lost his job and everything because she went fully white on him. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I got a problem with the situation.
When you say fully white, what do you mean?
Oh, I mean that she made sure that she could take everything from him. At the time, my uncle was in great regards with the school system on the Kansas side. He was a principal. He was doing everything. He knew the superintendents. He knew all that. She ended up cheating on him and then started saying negative things about him to those people and making him look like he was a risk. And that killed his career. He lost his job because she did that, and then she did it in such a way where she nitpicked with him. So when he did explode, she recorded it. Like, I watched this shit happen to my uncle.
Yeah.
Shout out to my uncle. He bossed up. He a boss now, like real boss. But he had to go through. He had to go through some problems.
Right.
And my uncle was also one of those people. I'm gonna keep it 100, and I can have him on the show. He'll tell you. He was also one of those people that liked that his preference was white women. He didn't like black women. He didn't like the way they talked. He didn't like the way they acted. Now he loved them. Now he loved black women. You know, because they say what they say, and they do what they do, and they real. He didn't figure that out when he was younger, though.
But he had to go through something to learn how to appreciate it.
Exactly. And young Christian, he had to die. I hate to say it like that. Like I said, whatever I say, I know people gonna hold against it, but sometimes you cannot do that. Sometimes you can't keep rubbing a motherfucker back that you know don't like him. Don't like you.
Yeah.
It's like the head nigga in the house. You know you still gonna get whooped too. Why you keep on, you know what I'm saying, jeffing with these motherfuckers?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it sucks. And I understand the family saying what they say. Because, I mean, at this point, if they can get whoever to rally for them to get justice for their loved one, by all means, you know, I would probably do the same thing too. Like, hey, like, forget about that. I need you now. We need help now. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't pay attention to that. That's old stuff. Talk about now. Like, I get all that wholeheartedly. And prayers for that family, because that's fucked up.
Exactly.
However, this is the most you're going to get out of me is talking about it on this podcast. I'm not posting nothing because, like you said, I'm so sure that man did not post anything about Breonna Taylor when all that shit was popping off. You know what I'm saying? He probably was on the police side. He probably was like, what did she do? You know,
they would have found it already.
Yeah.
They would have found it already. That's right. What I'm saying.
But he would have tried to villainize her. He would have definitely tried to villainize her. So he at 17, you like what you like. And at 28, you're still thinking around what your type is at 17. So him being 17 and him being 28, that holds no weight for me. Like, you're still thinking the same thing. Now, you probably got wiser and stopped posting about the shit. And they had to go back to when you was 17 to find the shit. But it was a lot of shit that you said. And I'm cool. You know, RIP, because at the end of the day, you don't deserve to lose your life. And that girl does need to be arrested, because when you look at the pictures of her, all she is bloody. Like it ain't no marks, no bruises, no nothing on that bitch. Like she she should definitely be arrested. But will I be talking about justice for Christian, justice for Tobi, justice, put that bitch in jail? Will I be posting about that shit? Absolutely not. Like I said, the most you're gonna get out of me is talking about it right now, and we ain't even talking about her going to jail. We talking about the fuck you said.
For real. Like, God bless the dead. I don't wanna be that kind, but
Right.
my dude, it kind of sounds like you set yourself up.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, and it goes back to what we've been saying for years. Like who you like, love who you love. That ain't the point. Like for some people it is the point. But for the majority of us, that ain't the point. The point is you don't have to down us to love who you want to love.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't give a fuck about who you want to love. I don't want you. Like, you loving whoever you want to love ain't gonna change the way that I get paid. So I could care less. But you ain't gotta be rude to me and down me to big up her. At that point, fuck you and her.
Yeah, I think that's the basis. And I get what his family's trying to do. But the truth of the matter is, you can't help a house nigga.
You really can't.
Like, I hate to be that kind. And like I said, whatever controversy we get from these are my thoughts. This ain't the thoughts of the show. But my thoughts are, you can't help every house nigga. Let me say that. And his tweets proved that he was a house nigga. And so certain things happen to house niggas, and us field niggas be like, oh, and we'll pay our respects and we'll bury him like he a man, but we ain't gonna talk about him no motherfucking more.
Right.
And so, like, I think that's what it's supposed to be. Like, she deserves to have a murder trial for it. Whatever happens, hey man, it is what it is. Just because you did, and I hate to say it like that, because a lot of niggas be talking about me that my niggas that listen to the show, they be like, man, you always be acting like you siding with the women. I don't do nothing. I'm not siding with the women. I'm being equally fair. Mm-hmm. When I say, when is a nigga who has been anti-black woman stood up for a black woman?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then what the fuck do you expect them to do?
Yeah.
Like, for real, what the fuck? That's just like if you had a slumlord of a fucking landlord, and then you found out his house got flooded. Fuck him.
Right. Right.
Like, we ain't about to, oh, he's so good to us. No, my wall been breaking down for 2 years, bitch.
Right. I'm not about to help you move shit out of your basement.
Yeah.
So that's on you.
You shouldn't expect it. Now, a nigga like me, yeah, you expect me to be out there. Mm-hmm. You don't expect Lindsay to be out there. You damn sure shouldn't expect my girl Jazmine to be out there, because she gonna be like, I'm gonna pray for his family. You know what I'm saying? I'll say my seances to the moon, spread my sage, and that's what it is. She gonna leave it for what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not posting. I'm not breaking no sleep. I'm not protesting. I'm not doing shit. Like I said, the most I'm gonna do is talk about it on the podcast. If we talking about the shit that man did, you know what I'm saying? Because it sounds straight up like something that should be protested, but
it does. But it also sounds like you reap what you sow.
Yeah, right. Because them people that you put on such a high regard, such a big ass pedestal, are the same motherfuckers that unfortunately had you meet your demise.
They putting you in the dirt and leaving your fucking killer a free woman.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Tiger
Absolutely.
Jobs. They fuck around and have her signing knives like they did Zimmer.
Yeah. So she gonna go on ahead and live her life, and when she finally decides to settle down or whatever, it ain't gonna be with you because she killed your ass.
How's she gonna get another coon? She like black dick. She
Yeah,
already said that.
right. She was on a podcast talking about that she only dates rich black men. And the killer part about it, she don't even need that money. She clears over 1 million on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So,
She gonna get her another sucker, and she gonna go on about her business.
and that's the killer part because now she got a body on her, and they still gonna be lining up.
Oh yeah. Oh, coon ass niggas don't. Oh, coon ass niggas don't give a fuck about that. They glad that nigga out the way.
Right.
Because in order to be a coon, the first thing you need to do is be a hater. So these coon ass niggas can't. They cool with that. They hating on that. Fuck that nigga. That nigga should have did this and should have did that.
Right. Right. When I feel like she killed him in his sleep. So, because that man, he was like 6 something. He was a solid dude. Like, there's no way that she could have did that and not had a fight, unless he was asleep or she caught him off guard.
Even when if she caught him off guard, she would have defensive wounds. She don't have any defensive wounds.
Right. Her ass was asleep, or his ass was asleep. So, yeah, she did that shit. But R.I.P. Moving on. Moving on. Yeah, Yaya Mayweather. Yaya Mayweather. Yaya Mayweather, who is the daughter of Floyd Mayweather and the baby mama to NBA YoungBoy. A couple years ago, she was with NBA YoungBoy, and she caught him with his baby mama in his house. So she ended up having, I guess, an altercation with the baby mama to where she stabbed her, fucked her arm up. I'm talking about shook her fucking arm to where her arm is damn near mechanical. She got arrested for it. She got charged with it. The charge or the time that she was facing was like 20 years for the shit. Of course, because she has rich privilege and her dad has celebrity privilege, she put in a guilty plea finally. Within this time, since that situation, she also became a baby mama of his and had a baby. And yeah. So now recently, she has put in a guilty plea and she got like 6 months probation or some shit. She's not going to serve any jail time. And once everything that they gave her is completed, her record's going to be expunged. So, yeah.
Shout out to having a rich dad.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts behind this?
Like I told you when we was pre-gaming, man, my thoughts are quick, simple, and easy. Shout out to having a rich dad, because your little ass would have been in jail if I was your daddy.
Jail, like under the jail.
I'm not putting up the house. I'm not doing none of that.
Yeah.
Like, you running around fighting over dick. You're going to have to figure out what happens when you fight over dick. I am not going to bat for that. But I'm not a rich man. But I'm just saying, even if I was a rich man, that's not my bag. I'm not doing that. If that's the case, you want me to start slapping this little boy around for real. I am Floyd motherfucking Mayweather. It ain't like the nigga gonna have to shoot me because he ain't nothing and I'm a professional boxer. You know, like right. The nigga would have to literally shoot me.
Yeah.
So like that's what, unless I'm slapping the shit out of little boys running around this motherfucker, I'm not going to bat for you fighting over dick.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. That little girl would have been. You gonna come out of a millionaire regardless. You're my fucking daughter. You gonna at least go 3 years.
Yeah.
Little heifer, that's assault.
So
With a deadly weapon.
Yeah. Right. So if you were Floyd, you wouldn't have put no money up for her to get the sentence that she got.
No, I give her good lawyers, but I would make sure she understood the severity of what she did.
Okay.
So just because you gotta look at it, if she got 6 months probation, especially with the lawyers they got, depending on when the trial started and all that, and they do, and they run time concurrent. By the time August hit, this bitch could be off probation.
Yeah.
And she could be right back to some fuck shit. She already be stalking a nigga. She got to wait for stabbing a bitch. She could definitely shoot a bitch.
Yeah.
She's got to know the severity of her actions.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because, but we don't know what kind of conversations they had, in regards to how severe it is. But from what we can tell, that this shit ain't been took seriously.
Exactly.
Especially given the fact that after the shit happened, you turn around and get pregnant by the dude. What? Why are you still with this man? This man is about to have you in jail. Even though he didn't tell you to do it, but it's behind him that he's about to legit have you in jail. Like, that's not cool. And you just hit 20. Like, what? Yeah. And then on top of that, you messing with a man that got all these damn kids, got a disease he can't get rid of that he can pass on to you, and you doing all of this for him at 20? Like, that shit wasn't cool. That shit wasn't cool at all. So yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what are y'all and then I watched somebody and they was talking about it, and they was just like, your mama out here trying to be a hot girl, and then your daddy is Mayweather, so you really ain't learning too much of nothing in the house.
Nah.
Like, definitely have a point. Like, you can't even argue that point, because when you look at where she's coming from, like, they look like they condone that shit. They look like that shit is cute.
Yeah, that's the thing. You hear I watch a lot of Floyd interviews, and he mentions a lot about his kids, and he talks about how he tries to talk to his kids about wealth and generational wealth and wealth after him, and it's like you could teach that all the time, but at the same time, like, you got to sit down and just talk to them about life. Mm-hmm. And like what life can bring to you. Like, yeah, we get it. They got money, but that money ain't gonna solve everything.
Right.
And you can see right now, it's definitely not helping her with her upbringing.
Exactly.
Hate to say it like that, and shout out to Floyd Mayweather and his family, because y'all are on a status that I could only dream to be at this moment. At the same time, though, you got to understand that the behavior that you're displaying with your children, and the way that your children are displaying their behavior, is the same equivalent of an absentee father. Mm-hmm. Like, right. She's moving like that because she's chasing a dude that is horrible for her, and the only reason why she's doing that is from what she's seen growing up. Either you wasn't there or you was a piece of shit when you was there, my nigga. Let's just keep it 100. Mm-hmm. Right. You could buy her everything in the world, but if you didn't just spend 5 minutes with her telling her how pretty she is, that shit's effective.
Right. Because you pretty much raised the bird. And that's the part that sucks. And that's what's so funny, because you equate that to somebody that ain't well off, and they're well off, and she still is a bird. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, hopefully, coming this close to jail, this will have her turn her life around, especially given the fact that she is a mother. But yeah, I saw the video back when around this time when it happened. That girl that she she stabbed, she was showing this device that she had to put on her arm to even make her arm do simple functions. And I was like, that girl really fucked her up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Like she hit something.
And you get 6 months probation for that.
You get 6 months. I would be so pissed. So pissed. You know. So
I don't know. If I was Floyd, I would make her. If I was her daddy, and I know I'm fight for my kid and not have my kid go to jail, she gets 6 months probation. For that 6 months, whatever earnings you have, I'm gonna make it clear we're gonna have to talk to the lawyers and all that, because you're gonna at least give that to her.
yeah. Have her pay some type of restitution.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Yeah. She gotta feel it. Like this, she's not feeling 6 months probation and some community service. She's not feeling shit. You know what I'm saying? And get your record expunged. The least you can do is have that shit be on your record. You know what I'm saying? And she ain't really probably gonna be out here with no real job anyway, because she's Floyd's kid. Like
exactly.
So what's a record? But
Floyd already said he got all his kids on payroll. So if I was Floyd, I would be like, okay, for the next 6 months, 30% of your earnings is going to that little girl.
To garnish her check.
Period. Yeah. That's just what it's doing. Or you don't longer work for the company. Go get it on your own. Yeah. But I'm gonna show you that every action has a reaction.
Right.
Even though the courts didn't show you, I have to show you, because I got to show you what life is like.
Right.
I'm gonna try to do it the easiest way possible, because I know once I'm gone, it's gonna get hard for you. But I'm gonna still show you what life's like.
Yeah. And that's
not be her daddy. That bitch is be paying some money.
Exactly. And that's talking from someone that actually went to jail. Like he's done time. So his money didn't cure anything, because he still had to go to jail for his shit. You know what I'm saying? But this is crazy. This is crazy. I would be so freaking pissed. So freaking pissed if I was that girl that got stabbed. So I'm like, and then we all still got to be cool and be at the damn birthday parties talking about, hey, how you doing? Like, bitch, fuck you. Like, I can't be that. The same ever again. Fuck you. Like,
it'll never be that.
Yeah.
If that was my daughter, I don't give a fuck what. I'll tell her to her face, you better not smile to that bitch.
Right. Right. Like, that's one kid my kid would not know.
Yeah, you better not. I'm going to go over here and see him. He at such and such birthday party. You better not get your stupid ass up and go over there.
Right.
You better tell him come pick his kids up. You take his kid. I don't give a fuck about him taking his kid. His kids need to know each other. But you better not get your happy ass up to go over there.
Right.
That bitch done already stabbed you.
Right.
like bitch, are you stupid? That'd be the time I call my daughter a bitch. Bitch, are you stupid?
Right. Like, you want her to kill you? Like, damn. You already know that bitch crazy.
Man.
Shit. But yeah. Yeah. So that's that. So I guess we're putting a bow on that ongoing situation. I think that happened like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I don't think neither one of them fool with him now. He got a whole new chick.
Man, shit, nobody fool with this guy. No disrespect to NBA Youngboy, but my nigga, you're on house arrest right now because you facing some real serious shit. You just got money. If you didn't have money, nigga, we wouldn't even be discussing you right now.
Right.
You got a little money, got a little pool. You would have still been locked up. And nowadays, he'd probably rather be locked up. Them niggas is having a gay old time. You know what I'm saying? Being locked up right now. Motherfuckers getting their hair done, rocking Gucci. All sorts of weird ass shit, you know what I'm saying?
They are having fashion shows.
These niggas having a blast in that motherfucker.
They figuring some shit out. You gotta be very creative. But they figuring the shit out.
On a blast, you sitting up in the house with nothing to do. You can't even leave the goddamn porch.
Right. And them people are flying over to their house. As soon as you hit the damn line.
You'll Sally doing a TikTok right now, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's that. Hopefully she learns from this and we don't have to hear about her ever again. At least not in no negative light.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what I want to hear. Not in a negative way. I would love to hear her blow up some type of whatever and make a mogul out of herself.
Mm-hmm. Right. Or turn this into a positive situation.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I think, man, Snoop Dogg beat a murder charge. And we love Snoop Dogg. My grandma loves Snoop Dogg.
Everybody loves Snoop Dogg. I don't know what he did.
He kept it 100.
We're gonna have to do a deep dive into Snoop Dogg's career because he went from being the gangsters of the gangster to being a household name.
Yeah.
And he never sold out.
And I was about to say he's still a gangster. Snoop, the reason why Snoop is so popular and so famous now and is a household name, because Snoop Dogg always was Snoop Dogg. And until 2011 when he changed his name to Snoop Lion, but that was because he coming out with that reggae album.
Which was good. I bought it.
He always remained himself. The nigga that you see on TV is the nigga that you would have seen if you was just on the corner somewhere.
Yeah.
That's what makes Snoop Dogg relevant. It ain't never been a bitch in it.
Right. But he could legit do TV shows with Martha Stewart, do songs with Katy Perry and what's his name? Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
Would never question his gangster.
Because who gonna tell him he can't do it? That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? People don't be understanding. Some motherfuckers get told they can't do something.
Yeah.
You can't tell Snoop Dogg what he can't do. He proved that himself. He proved when Death Row tried to count him out, he kept it moving broke.
Yeah.
And then Master P gave him that light, taught him the game. He thanked Master P, but he didn't live under Master P. He jumped up and did his own thing. And Snoop is who we know today, like you said, do shows with Martha Stewart, be around all these white folks, do whatever he want to do, and still remain a gangster. It ain't a nigga can talk that shit until Snoop Dogg pull up. I'm pretty sure it's a motherfucker like Snoop Dogg can't come over here. And if Snoop Dogg hear that, he will come the fuck over there.
Right. I've never heard nobody say Snoop cannot go nowhere.
I remember when niggas in Long Beach was saying that he had turned Hollywood and he can't come to Long Beach.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I remember that nigga jumping real tough, like, bitch ass nigga, I am Long Beach.
Right.
Fuck are you talking about? Wouldn't nobody hear about you corny ass niggas if it wasn't for me?
Right.
He set the record straight, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, all you pussy ass niggas saying that shit, I'll do a show next week. How about that? I'll book that shit right now. Nigga, tell me there I can't be here.
Right. Right. That's a motherfucker that can go anywhere, and do anything he wants to. Like, he's done family shows, he's done football shows, he's done cooking shows, he's done comedy shows, and he's done rap shows.
He done it all.
No, right.
And then you think about it, how much I like Snoop Dogg, because I remember when he was building his compound, he built this compound in Inglewood where it was nothing but bloods around it. Because he said he ain't about cripping business, he about business.
Right, period.
So if them niggas can bring something to the table, let them bring something to the table, cuz I'm not that kind of. He said I ain't no hater bone in my body. My mama didn't raise me to be a hater.
Right. Right.
Absolutely. So I've been respecting Snoop ever since that.
Yeah.
He said, shit, you mad at me, come get a job.
Yeah.
I don't gang just because he a crip to the fullest, because that's what I told y'all I was. But I'm not gang banging no more, nigga. I'm a businessman. I ain't about crip business. I'm about business.
Right. Right. And you can't do nothing but respect that. You can't.
I thought he was hard as fuck for that. Because there's none of them Inglewood niggas stop him.
Right. And
So
they
that
know.
right there was merit in itself. Didn't nobody run up on him, tell him what he couldn't do. They was like, you know what, you showed right, and this little bitch ass nigga that live in my basement need a job.
Right.
So yeah, let's make it happen.
Right. Right. That's what's so dope about Snoop in his career. Like he can literally do whatever he wants. Literally.
He got an interview on the Drink Champs. Shout out to the Drink Champs. I'm gonna watch it as soon as this podcast is over because I actually want to hear what he's talking about.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that he went on there.
Yeah, I follow them. So they hit me when they doing the interview, so like I could hop on there and watch it, or I could just wait for the full interview and then watch it. I think it was like 2 days ago. I'm gonna watch it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, drink temps is cool. It's just when they get too drunk.
That's the best part for me. Shout out to Drink Champs for getting motherfuckers wasted to the point where they start crying. When they start doing that, this when I know this shit gets real. Like
They get the rambling, like, because, like, you know what was a really good interview was that Crazy Bone interview, which was so crazy because he had a show that night and he got wasted. But he held it until like the end of the second Hennessy bottle. And he started like it sounded like he was slurring. He wasn't necessarily rambling because the more he talked, he started to make sense. Because there was
I'm
some
about to say, I really liked his interview.
yeah, there was some point that he was making that sounded kind of off, but once he continued to talk, it was like, okay, I get where you're going. But you can definitely tell he was wasted. But
Yeah.
because I mean he was riding and they went through 2 Hennessy bottles and they were smoking. So or he went through 2 Hennessy bottles by himself and he was
Yeah, because some niggas get on there and get wasted. Like I like those niggas.
yeah.
Some niggas can hold their liquor real tough though, and I know what I'm saying. Some of those niggas, shout out to a lot of dudes on Drink Champs that was getting fucked up and held their liquor.
Yeah.
I think I'm with the audience. I think they do need more ladies.
As far as what the audience or as a guest?
As guests.
Okay.
I do think they need more ladies as guests because they had a couple of ladies which were cool. But
I remember Amber Rose and Faith Evans. Those are the only 2 women I remember.
Man, you got to check it out. They got Moni Love, Melissa Ford, Miss Brown. They got a couple more. They got a couple more ladies. I just think they need more ladies because now it just look like just you know what I'm saying, bringing up all the OG dude rappers, and I'm like, it's so many like females like that were cold back then, like. You know that their whole podcast is about bigging up the veterans.
Right.
So I'm like, it's still, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know if they scared to get on there because they don't want to get drunk and get to saying the wrong thing. Because that interview with Moni Love and Melissa Ford, you really got to watch. Because them 2 motherfuckers, shout out to them queens, they got fucked up. Melissa Ford, she one of them that I would not be around her if she got to drinking. She do too much. I've been had to tell her to chill out.
It was that bad?
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Again, shout out to Drink Champs. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want no free promotion. This ain't no free promo. It's just something I watch.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to check it out. But you can tell what's so cool about theirs is you can definitely tell when Noriega's a fan. I think that's dope.
Nigga. The last one I seen with MC Shan, if y'all don't know who MC Shan is, he was a fucking dope ass lyricist of the 80s, man. Like, really, the reason why you heard this particular line, this is a story, like that went from everybody, from Fresh Prince to LL to Big Daddy Kane, and KRS-One, all the Big Shem came out with that bar first.
Okay.
This is the story. All in the park. Or I don't know how the bar go. I don't want to fuck it up. But he started that timeline. That nigga's a phenomenal artist that never got his just deserves. And they had his interview, and he's so much of a hood nigga. He was so afraid to express his emotions every time he said something about something that he really felt in his head or in his heart. His head would click on like he was a street nigga. And he'd be like, if any nigga got a problem with what the fuck I said, can meet me outside. I'm not no soft ass nigga. And they was having to tell him like, nah, we bigging you up. We respecting you. Like, we want you to say how you feel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's how much trained he was, because he didn't get $1 from being a rapper. He started making money. What a lot of people don't know is he produced y'all gotta watch the show. I'm just talking about an interview that got nothing to do with us. But it was a good interview, and like you said, you could tell Noriega was a fan because Noriega knew shit that I didn't even know. I was like, damn, but that's being in New York.
Yeah.
You know, being there, being a part of that, he knew shit, and I was like, damn, I didn't know about that about MC Shan, but I knew who MC Shan was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard the name. I saw clips and stuff online. I didn't watch the clips, but I saw that he was like their latest interview, and so I know the name, but I don't know anything about him. So, but that's watch.
When you watch it, you'll really like what he did for the game, like as far as hip hop, especially because it's gonna be it's a Easter egg in that motherfucker. When you find that out, you're gonna be like, nigga, what?
Yeah.
Well, wait till you watch it. You're gonna be like, damn, nobody in the world knew this. And this was it was because of MC Shan is the reason why you're gonna hear about this.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Because I think Crazy Bone was probably the last interview I watched of theirs. Because I used to watch every episode, but I stopped.
I watch a lot of time. I like the episodes when Nas, not Nas, sorry Nas, Noriega is stupid drunk, where he say the same thing over and over again. That should be fucking me up. Because I'd be like, damn, ain't nobody told him like stop asking that shit. He'll be like, so when you was making this album, how did you feel about the Yala? And then we'd get into some whole other shit, and it'd be like 30 minutes in, and he'd be like, okay. So this classic album, you know, you was beefing with the Yala. Like, what was going on with that? Like he was saying, he like want to get
right. He wanted
to get the deep information. Like, stop asking the same question with your drunk ass. Like, he's not gonna tell you no more.
Right. He kind of did that with Crazy Bone, like, because they were going left quite a bit, and then he would try to bring it back. But what I also like is that he did his research too. So he went off of notes, and then he was also a fan. So there was stuff that he remembered too, you know. And they was coming up around the same time. Like Noriega was first, but they was like big around the same time. So yeah.
I like Noriega, and shout out to Noriega and DJ FN. Like, I like that they know their music. Like, it's one thing to be like a veteran rapper, but it's another thing to be a veteran rapper, but also be a historian of music. Like, like even speaking of a Crazy Bone, it was shit he knew about them because he was just a hip hop head that was really in tune with what the music was. You know what I'm saying? What the music was going on. Like,
yeah.
He was. I really like that about Noriega. I'd be like, damn, well, like he really be doing like with South niggas, Midwest niggas. Like when you could tell when he really a fan.
Yeah.
That nigga bring up some shit that them niggas been forgot.
Right. And you know, and that's why back in the day, I used to like watching the same people when they would go to New York and do an interview with the Breakfast Club and then turn around and do an interview with Hot 97. Because they would be promoting the same thing, but the Breakfast Club would get into the salacious shit, but Hot 97 will be trying to talk about the music and history and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So it was like you're getting two totally different things, even though they're there for the same reason. You know, so and it's kind of like all that put together in one when they go to the Drink Champs.
It's a whole crazy shit. It's
Yeah.
a whole. It's a couple you gotta watch. I know that you would love to watch.
Mhm.
I'm a text you a couple of them that I know you'd be like, oh yeah, she gonna definitely watch that. Like
Yeah.
what's that one that dude that was on Love and Hip Hop, that the podcast dude, light skinned gay guy, Lee Scott, is that it?
A light skinned gay guy
Yeah,
that was on a podcast.
he was on like Love and Hip Hop.
Which Love and Hip Hop?
I don't know if what was it, L.A.
There was a light skinned gay guy that was on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. What's his name? Sir Brock.
Is it sure? No, I have to look it up. It's like I'm gonna look it up and send, but his interview because he had a podcast with Melissa Ford. Um,
Oh no, he's not tall. You talking about Jason Lee?
Jason Lee. There you
Yeah.
go.
Oh,
I said Jason Scott. I knew it was something. Uh,
yeah,
but like
he.
yeah, his interview was hard.
Yeah, that's what I understand. Yeah, his is Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored. His podcast.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was on there at a point, and I heard that he talks about what happened between them.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you. Look, hey audience, we're just talking to ourselves right now, and we took a smooth left, and then we like put the park button up.
Right.
Hey, so check this out. Watch the Melissa Ford interview first, and then watch his interview because she talks about some shit, and then he explains it.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because I just knew that because I used to watch Hollywood Unlocked, and I knew that she had a really bad car wreck and she was gone for a while,
Yeah.
and then she came back, and then she wasn't back long before she left again, and then next thing you know, Omariana's baby mama was on there, and that didn't last long either, and she was trash. Oh god, she was trash. But anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. So that's yeah, free puppy for Drink Champs.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. Boy, I had to put his name up under here. Like, man, I don't. We just talked like 15 minutes about you. Least you
Right,
can do is shout out to us one time.
right. I'm gonna put them in the description. But right now, so we have the fucked up song of the week, and
Yeah, baby.
that comes to us by Miss Jazmine Sullivan, and it's off of her last album, Hotels, and it's actually on the deluxe version of Hotels. And this song is called Tragic. So you know how we do. We're gonna play a little bit and then come back. So
On behalf of our men, I apologize before this song gets played.
What?
uh, so
Shout out to Tragic.
hey,
Listen, like I said, man, I apologize to every man before the song plays. The song is a motherfucking hit, man.
yeah,
First time I've ever heard of the song is when you sent it to me, and I've been playing this motherfucker since Thursday.
really, that's
I
funny.
like the
I
song. I
Yeah,
really do
yeah,
like the song.
it's a good song. Like I had heard the song a while ago, but I didn't know what she was talking about. The reclaiming my time just caught me, and so I was at work, and we ended up talking about Jasmine Sullivan for some reason, and My coworker, shout out to Kim, she told me about this song, and she explained it as it's a fucked up song. And I was like, you know what? I be needing to look up fucked up songs for the podcast. Let me go look this up. And I read the lyrics and listened to the song. I said, oh yeah, absolutely, we're using this one.
Yeah, yeah. I was
So,
because the first time I heard it, I'm like, you gotta vibe to the words, like I'm listening, I'm listening, I'm listening. I'm like, and then when your dick is trash, I was like, whoa, oh shit, like
right. Fucked up songs come in all different shapes and sizes. So yeah.
shout
So
out to Jazmine Sullivan for being like fully aware that she can make a song like that.
yeah. Did we ever go over when she posed a question? It was either right before or right after Hotels dropped. And she posed a question on Instagram, and the answer she got, she was not expecting. Did we ever go over those?
No.
I took a whole bunch of screenshots of those. They were crazy.
You have to talk about that on the later interview,
Yeah.
or later show.
Yeah. Because they were crazy. So yeah, so the intro is by Miss Maxine Waters. Says what he failed to tell you was when you're on my time, I can reclaim it. Reclaiming my time, reclaiming my time, reclaiming my time, which became such a huge thing when that happened. I've never heard nobody say reclaiming my time, but like somebody made a gospel version of that phrase and everything. That was huge. So anyway, verse 1. Why do you be looking for me to do all the work? I'm so tired of coming through. You never put me first. But I guide you like I'm on a four-wheeler. Yeah, I ride you like I'm at the car dealer. Pacify you, but I'm paying the cost. Now I'm done pretending that you're getting me off. When your when your dick is tragic, you was lying when they told you was all that. Oh, who was lying when they told you when they told you was all that? Excuse me. And we had it. Just another good laugh in our group chat. Just another. Reclaim, 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 reclaiming my time. Reclaim, 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 reclaiming my time. Okay, so what do you think of the first verse and chorus?
First verse and chorus. I just really like. I think she really basically was saying that like you know you have to provide something more than this dick because this dick ain't all that. Like it's like I'm pacifying you. I'm doing all this. You motherfuckers saying you the shit. Motherfuckers, who the fuck is saying this shit? Because you ain't nothing but mediocre dick and a time waster.
Mhm.
Like, and it's crazy because them type of niggas is the niggas that talk crazy to their bitches. Like, how dare you?
Right.
How
Those,
dare you? So yeah, I think she was putting the rope around his neck for the second verse.
yeah. Yeah.
What did you think?
Um, I think she told some secrets. I don't know if they were secrets, but we do be laughing about that shit in group chats. I'm not even going front.
Yeah, we've been knowing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know if that's a secret, but I mean, I don't tell nobody that that's what we do until just now. But
We've been knowing that. Why the fuck you think, we came up with the phrase of, a motherfucking bitch can say my dick little, I still fuck. She can't take that fuck away. We've been knowing y'all talk about it.
True. True. But it's the who told you otherwise for me. That's where I that's where I be lost at. And it's not even necessarily your performance. It's when you send unsolicited pictures and for one, then nobody asked for it. For two, it's not something that you would want to just tell the world or show the world. So I that's where I be lost at. Like, why are you showing me this?
Yeah, I've never sent unsolicited dick pic, but if you ask for one, I'm gonna say,
Yeah. I mean, if you ask for one, that's one thing. But if it's unsolicited and you send it, and then it's like nothing that you should be like writing home about, it's like, okay, what are we
niggas
doing here?
don't. You know what? Niggas don't care no more. I've realized that niggas don't give a fuck about what's up, family.
And-
Niggas don't be giving a fuck about what a bitch say about their dick no more. As long as they get the fuck. Like we've seen this shit happen so many times now.
But this is the thing because they send them unsolicited prior to. So, like, that's not gonna it's not gonna sway you one way or another when
Some motherfuckers get lied to. Like if a girl really like you, she'll lie to you.
I don't know what to say. When I get
Y'all
unsolicited,
done lied to you. You done lied to plenty niggas.
I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, oh my god, like you're not gonna get no eyes bulging out of my face. Like that's not gonna happen. I feel awkward because I don't know what you want me to say. So I say something. I know I did. I did tell this one person it was cute.
I was about to say like listen, man. These are the flaws
He was
and shit.
like
This
he
is
took
when you know you need to stop sending dick pics. If a motherfucker say, "Oh, that's cute," don't never ever send another dick pic. If a motherfucker call your dick pretty, never ever send another dick pic.
Oh god.
I promise you. If a motherfucker say, "Oh, that's pretty," or you gotta, hey, don't do that.
Right.
Don't never send another dick pic.
So Deron says, I have never sent a dick pic in my life. Too old school. Stay that way.
That's cool. Listen, my dick been on the internet probably since 2002. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. I'm a part of that vibe.
All right. I mean,
But I've never sent a dick pic without them asking for a dick pic.
see that's different. Like if you ask for it and you send it, then that's just what it is. But if I'm asking you, how is the weather on your side of town, and you reply with a dick pic, like
Right.
what do I have to do with this? Like I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say.
Like the sun's out, the wind a little stiff. Like what nigga?
Right. When it leans a little to the left, that's when I know it's about the rain.
Right. Yeah, D. For real. Like ever since they came out with cameras on your phone, nigga. Now, I'm not gonna act like that. I was young when that shit came into full effect, so we was doing the most.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I get it. If somebody asks for it and you oblige, that's one thing. But I just felt awkward because I don't know what you want me to say. And then some people be like sending stuff. It's too much going on in the picture, and it's just like the ones that be sending them with their feet in the picture. It's just like, so I guess you just not gonna proof this picture first before you send it out. Like I don't want to look at your toes. Like Deron says if a chick asks for a pic, then they'll just meet up. Give her a proper introduction. God,
Yeah, that sounds good. Listen, I'm not. First of all, if you don't send dick pics, that's fine. Like more power to you, my brother. At the same time, I'm not gonna act like uh, motherfuckers don't be auditioning. Like motherfuckers audition they dick. They know what I'm saying. I audition my. If a girl told me my dick was little, I would never send another dick pic. If she
so
said, "Oh, that's cute," I would have never sent another dick pic.
like yeah, feet be in the pig, and it's just like okay.
I done put my feet in a dick pic before, but that was because I was laying down.
Yeah, like the person be laying down, they take the picture, but it's just them just taking the picture, like they not paying attention to what else is in the picture. Cause like you'll take a picture and then it be like a freaking compilation album commercial on TV for some gospel compilation, and it's like you're sending a dick pic and you got rough side of the mountain playing in the background.
Hey, you don't. Hey, to be fair, you don't never know when your dick gonna get hard, man. To be honestly fair, as a man, and I know all the men that is listening to me can agree to this. You don't never know when your dick gonna get hard, man. Sometimes your dick get hard and you be like, what the fuck are you hard for? Like, what do you notice, boy? Like, what are
Right.
you sniffing the fuck out?
Right, like I don't get it. It ain't for me.
Listen,
So Duran says no judgment though, to each their own.
exactly.
Then he says niggas be sending dick pics while on the toilet stool.
Them niggas nasty. I ain't never did that.
I ain't never received one of those. That person get blocked immediately. Like we're not gonna play this game. No. No. But yeah.
When I was younger, I used to send dick pics. Like I would like be like with a water bottle. Like I would be, you know what I'm saying, matching it up.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense because I mean, you can send a pig, but you can't really tell how big or small it is, and I'm assuming that's the point of sending one, or at least one of the points. So, yeah,
Yeah, I done did that.
yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, so verse 2, you be talking all that mess and still can't back it up. Good loving is more than fucking sex, just ain't enough. Um, can you turn me on with no penetration, engine running, but don't leave out the station? You be fumbling, get into the end zone. You drowning, baby, because you ain't got no strokes. And then the chorus. And then the bridge. Oh, how come you can't catch my flow while you moving? Why you moving way too fast? Coulda did this on my own if I knew it'd be this bad. Now it is so damn hard for you to do your part. Woulda did this on my own. Coulda stayed my ass at home. Whew. Yeah, she went hard on that one.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
went hard. So, what are your thoughts of Jazmine Sullivan's Tragic?
Like I told you, the first verse was her tying the rope around a nigga neck, and then the second verse was her kicking away the chair, and then that bridge was her just watching him choke himself to death. The song is called "Tragic" by Jazmine Sullivan. Uh, I just I just think we as men, regardless of if your dick is big or small, man, you got to start like mentally getting women aroused by you. I think the whole issue is a lot of us, because I can't lie, like in my younger days and before I was in a relationship, a lot of things was just physical to me, and we as men, like, we have to understand that sometimes, that doesn't work with every woman. Like, you got to be versatile. Some women like that shit. Other women like to know what you do, even if it's just sitting at home reading a book. They want to know what book you read. Like, you have to be like completely aware of yourself in order for you to like start talking to a lot of women, because a lot of women aren't just for the sex. A lot of women just want to like actually know where you're at mentally in life so they can actually choose you.
Yeah.
Like, it's a woman right now with the best pussy in the world, and it's a nigga that fucked up because what he did was, when she was like, "Hey, good morning, how you doing?" The nigga sent a dick pic, was like, "Nothing, just woke up, got this morning wood." Like, and you just fucked up the best pussy you would have ever possibly had.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that folks really realize that point, because it should, like, you can get sex, like that's not what your main goal is at a certain point, you know. So, and then sometimes it ain't something that just be on your mind or even be worth it. You know, you be looking for something else or something more meaningful and stuff like that. You don't even want to waste your time on somebody. And then it's like it's a lot that you have to deal with when you have sex with someone. So it don't even be worth it sometimes. Duran says a lot of women want their mind fucked long before their body is. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. But not even, I mean, what I'm talking about ain't even about fucking period. Mine
Right.
or, you know what I'm saying? It's just because like all that can be fixed. Like if you get somebody that you really bobbing with and everything's great and stuff like that, and then when you smash and it's not up to your standards, that can be fixed. You know what I'm saying? That can be fixed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I just think it's for I think we as men need to know what actually stimulates the woman or the women that we're trying to connect with. Like, you just got to figure out what stimulates them beyond the bedroom.
yeah.
Because like,
So many men are so lazy or just don't give a fuck to even try to find out.
yeah, I think that's one of the, and you 100% right. It's time sometimes I catch myself because I don't like to do a lot of things and I'm a homebody, and my girl's not like that. And I start to have to realize, like, you know, occasionally I'm gonna have to go out and do some shit, and occasionally I don't have to go nowhere, but I have to encourage her to go out and stimulate her mind for real.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you gotta learn how you gotta learn how to like appease every part of a woman's appetite. Same thing with men. You have to learn, as a woman, you should learn to appease every part of your man's appetite or the man you deal with. You know, you can deal with more. I'm not telling nobody you got to be with one person or nothing. You can have 5 motherfuckers you fuck with. You got to learn what stimulates them outside of the bedroom.
Right. Right.
Like,
So
that's what's gonna truly, separate you from a motherfucker that they do group chat about you.
right. And you
Cause
gonna
it's a
get
nigga that fucked every last one of them bitches in that group chat, and they don't speak on him. Cause that nigga good.
yeah.
That
Right.
nigga good to them. When he called, he show up and show out. This nigga this witness. This nigga bought my son his first pair of fucking Jordans for his first day of school. I ain't never gonna talk bad about this nigga.
Yeah.
That nigga
Right.
helped me pay a motherfucking my goddamn car note. I was about to get my shit took.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And other than that, that nigga just come and just hang out. That nigga be hanging out with my brother and shit. Well, don't want nothing. Get some
Yeah.
pussy every now and then, cause I know it's available.
Right. Right. And those are the type of relationships that you can put more weight on when they just, at least for me, when they just come and hang out. Like it ain't even on no I'm trying to fuck type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when you just hang out with a person.
Yeah. Them niggas
So
listen, I was a hang out nigga. I got more pussy than some of these niggas be bragging about. I'm just a nigga to hang out. We ain't gotta be on that extra shit. You throw that pussy at me before I try to throw this dick.
Not throw this dick.
Don't get it wrong, nigga. I Brett Favre this shit with 4th and long. But
Yeah.
that's nor here nor there because I'm in a relationship now, so I don't do that shit like that. Right. But yeah,
right.
Yeah, but yeah, like don't get it. I ain't never gonna act like shit. I wasn't a nigga out here that was fucking lightweight a whore.
Yeah.
But I knew how to collect myself right. I wasn't known in the city like that. The women I know and I love, they respect me because, you know what I'm saying, I never disrespected them.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. And that's part of it too. Like, I mean, you can do what you do or whatever, but you ain't got to be disrespectful about it. Even when the shit don't turn out to your liking.
Yeah.
You ain't got to be disrespectful. So just go ahead and move on amicably. So, or however you say that word.
I think that was the correct way. I ain't even gonna act like I be saying it right.
Right. Right. So, but yeah. So that was Jazmine Sullivan's Tragic. So, you have any Jerry's final thoughts for us?
Yeah. Let me do this. Let me speak on what we was doing earlier about young Christian. And I'm not gonna talk about him in any way, shape, or form. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just saying in the case scenario. I need all of us as a people to understand that if we're gonna back somebody, we're just gonna back them. We're not gonna go through what somebody said, what somebody done, how they past used to be, or none of that. We just gonna back them, and you have every right to back them. At the same time, I say that I say this: the people that don't have every right to do that too. You have to, in order for us to move forward as a community and as people, as people of color, we need to learn to agree and disagree with one another. Because that's the only way we're going to really connect on some real shit. And I really want y'all to think about that. Like, let's stop making it always an issue between black folks when it comes to a fucking situation where everybody knows about it. Like, let's not start inner turmoil. Let's just, the people who gonna do it, let them do it. The people who ain't, let them not. But continue to be who you is and pose for it. Continue to protest, but continue to do what you got to do. Fight for what you believe in. Because a nigga that doesn't believe in what you're fighting for still might believe in you. Like, I know that probably was over a lot of niggas' heads, but really think about that. Mm-hmm. You know, whatever you fighting for, a nigga might not agree with that, but a nigga agrees with you, so he'll fight for you. So, like, do that. This. Let's learn how to like intertwine ourselves and really humbly agree to disagree.
Okay, I can get with that because there's nothing wrong with disagreeing.
Nothing.
There's nothing wrong with disagreeing.
Especially you can have your 5%ers that's going to go to bat for this, and at the same time, you can have your black women say, "Nah, I'm cool."
Yeah, and it's okay.
Exactly, that is fucking fine.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna call you a queen. I'm still gonna open doors. If you call me, I'm still gonna have your back. Because when we do agree with some shit, we move mountains.
Yeah. Yeah, but this one just, for me, this one just got to chop it up to the game. I'm good. So, but yeah. So this is the Ish We Talk, episode 42. So we will see you guys on episode 43.
Exactly.